times today. I can't put myself through this. I can't put my skin through this. So you look elsewhere. You go to maybe the talk shows. That's where all those fucking weirdos and losers hang out at, where they think they're going to be talk show hosts. So you go there and you click through them and you wonder like, oh, what should I watch? That guy's, the H3H3 podcast? That guy's not even really funny. Fuck that. Am I going to go watch some guy create a Magic the Gathering card deck? I don't think so. I'm not that big of a loser. Huh? What's this? Midnight Sweats? I don't know what that is, but it sure sounds sticky. Well, you're right. You came to the right place here, buddy. This is sticky. This is Midnight Sweats on Solid State Unlimited. I'm your host, Edgar Kastner. Welcome to the show. This is a call-in show, so we got some topics that we're going to be talking about. But if you have any questions, comments, or clarifications, all you have to do is click on that Discord link right there. That'll send you right to the room where you can get started. You want to get on the air, you got a question, you got a comment, you got a clarification, go into the waiting pit at Screeners. Let them know that you want to get on the air. Go into the voice channel of the waiting pit, and then we'll give you a role and drag you onto the air when we are ready for you. And then you're going to talk mano, face to face with me, Edgar Kastner. And if this fucking bed doesn't keep popping up, I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to go fucking crazy. I'm going to fucking lose it, just like I do most nights. Anyways, welcome to Friday night, the last night of virtual light emissions for this week. Week 1 is almost done. How are we feeling about it? Are we excited? Are you waiting for, are you excited about next week? You don't know what we're going to be playing. You know what I'm going to be playing, because all I ever play is Pathologic. But Pixel Demon and Tony Yokijiro over there, you don't know what you're going to get with those guys, and that's half the fun. It's all, I know it says pre-recorded, I know it says rerun, but don't worry. All of this stuff may be pre-recorded, but it's new. We're not rerunning anything, and we're going to be starting back up on Monday, 7 p.m. Pacific time. What time is it now? It's 8:23, and listen, it's going to be a short show. I'm only going to 9, mostly because, listen, here's the thing. Normally, I've been going for a full hour on Midnight Sweats because you guys deserve the entertainment, okay? You guys have shown up, and you stuck around, you're watching the show, so you deserve a full hour show. Why do you not deserve it today, Friday night? 2 reasons. First off, well, 3, okay? The first reason is you do deserve it, all right? And we're just sort of shortchanging you here, but there's a good reason. The big thing is I have to wake up at 3 a.m. tomorrow, so I need to get some goddamn sleep, all right? I have to pay bills, all right? You know, I'm blue-collar working class streaming over here, okay? I didn't get my fucking college paid for. I didn't take out a bunch of fucking student loans and get to live off government money and living off the government dole, all right? I have to earn my own way. You know, I'm not like, I just stream. I get finished with all my classes at noon, and then I go stream for 6 hours. I don't have that kind of time, all right? I'm working. I'm wearing a fucking, listen, how much more blue color do you want me to be? I'm wearing a plaid button up, okay? Now, I didn't buy it. My mother-in-law bought it for me, which I don't know. Is it bad to be? Is it worse to be dressed by your mother-in-law than your own mother at the age of almost 30? For me, it seems even more pathetic, and here's why. I'm going to explain it to you, and I think that you guys are going to agree with me when I explain it. It's more pathetic because that means that even your own mother doesn't want to take the time to dress you, and obviously, if you're having one of your parents dress you, that means that you're not really capable of doing it yourself. That's how sort of that's how little you understand of how to of living as an adult. All right. So your own mother has said, like, "Fuck you, I'm not doing it." That's how pathetic you are. First off. So now you've somehow managed to get married. But now there's somebody else who has to take the place of your own mother to, like, keep you from just wearing, like, t-shirts with logos on them for the rest of your life. You're almost 30. Shouldn't you be wearing something different than that? I mean, do you own anything other than graphic tees, son? You know, I'm just wondering. All right, you know, maybe this. I get this during Christmas. It's so I can look like somewhat of an adult for the rest of the year. but at least it's a size that fits me now. There's nothing worse. I don't know. This is probably a chick thing, and you know, as you know, all males are slowly becoming chicks as they pump in estrogen through your tap water, which is again why you not only filter it, you have to boil it, because boiling it kills the estrogen. Is that like, it's like, oh, you got me an extra large. Well, I mean, this is kind of baggy on me. Did you think I was fat? Are you calling me fat? Do you think I need an extra large now? No, it's fine. Anyways, yeah, so I'm pretty blue collar. I'm wearing a plaid button up right now. And I'll say that I don't really like plaid. I think it looks like shit on most people, but this is a it's a modern type of plaid. It looks artificial, and I like that because the sort of like, and the thing too is it's not like it's not like I hate the working class people, but I grew up in the Pacific Northwest. Okay, so plaid has always been out here. It's been everywhere, and I don't know. It looks like shit. Like, who wants to look like a who wants to walk around looking like a kilt? I don't think that's a very fun thing to do. I don't want to do that. Also, kilts are fucking terrible. And this was something from like 10 years ago, so I think it's still around. But do they still have those utility-kilts? Are there still people walking around thinking like, nah, dude, I'm gonna make kilts manly again. I'm gonna be the one to convince everybody that it doesn't look stupid. No, listen, and I'm half Scottish, so I can say this. Kilts are fucking dumb, all right? Take them off. All right, you're a man. Put on some underwear first off, and take off the fucking dress. Unless, you know, and if you're gonna wear a fucking dress, you gotta go all the way. All right, you're doing like a little half C step. You're like saying like, oh, I got into the cold water. Yeah, dude, I'm fucking badass, dude. You took the you did the I can't remember what it's called, but it's some challenge where you dunk yourself in like freezing cold water in the Arctic or in Sweden or something, and you put like your toe in, and you're like, I did it. I mean, I went in there, you know, it was only my toe, but I went in there. Like, no, fuck you, you're a pussy. All right, get the fuck out of here. Right, so if you're a dude and you want to wear dresses, guess what? You gotta chop that dick off, man. Take the balls off. And here's how you do it: is you take the dick, and then you take the balls and you put a rubber band around them for a couple days, and that slowly cuts the blood supply off to the genitals, and then you can just slice it right off. Bam, there you go. And you know, I guess you can, like, I don't know if you want them to like take. I think I saw like a video of it, of like how they do the procedure, and they like cut open. I'm trying to eat here, dude. No, this is perfectly normal, perfectly natural stuff. Okay, it's perfectly normal to take like the tube of cartilage, whatever's inside the penis. You take that out and then like cut it, and then you inverse it, and you turn it into a vagina. So if you want to do that, maybe you'll have to use a different method than what I'm talking about. But this is like, hey, listen, Saturday night, I want to go out as a woman, and I need to do it now. I don't got time, and I don't have insurance. So what am I gonna do? That's what you do. Now you can wear a dress and not be a fucking pussy about it, all right? Africa does it all the time. I'm not phased by it because I'm not a racist. It's part of their culture, okay? It's just what happens, you know. Sometimes one tribe destroys another tribe, and then they have to, you know, unicize. Is that a word? I know it's a eunuch, so unicize. They have to unicize the other men. So then they don't have aggressive tendencies anymore. Hold on. I'm sipping that tea so I'm not coughing too much. Utilikilts. How did I get to here? I have a list of all this stuff I got to talk about, and I'm still getting off topic already. It's been 10 minutes. Yeah. Anyways, well, we can talk about. I almost fucking missed the stream. By the way, I'm so fucking embarrassed. Like, it's the first week and I'm already fucking things up. Now, yesterday after the stream, I loaded up all the rerun stuff, or I loaded up all the VODs for today, right? I was like, I'm going to get on top of it. I'm going to get ahead of it. All right. I see the curve coming up and I'm going to prepare. Hold on. There we go. I see the curve coming. I'm going to prepare for it, okay? You know, I want to be a professional at this. I don't want to be, like, dancing around, like, with my head up my ass. We're going like, well, what the fuck's happening? How do I press the buttons? So I load it all up and I get ready for it. I think I'm going to fucking knock it. It's Friday night. I'm going to knock it the fuck out of the park. Now, it's Friday night, but I'm going to be, I got to go to fucking bed in order to not die, but, you know, that's fine. But so I want to make it as crazy as possible. I want to do some crazy stuff. And I got, you know what? I don't want to tease it because I kind of don't want to do it, but I got something special for you guys. I'm a little afraid it's not going to be funny, but that's fine. I'm gonna do it anyways. I'm not gonna again. You know what? It's either you don't wear the dress, or you rubber band the balls off, man. And I'm gonna rubber band the balls off, and I'm gonna dive in deep with this. So I think I'm all prepared. I'm gonna get ready. You know, I get home and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna write down a bunch of stuff. You know, because I'm trying to do fucking show prep for this. Okay, you know, I'm trying not to. I don't like the idea of like, you know, and it's the thing with all these other Twitch streamers is they do like a lot of presentation and like imaging stuff. They've got the overlays. They've got like the things that pop off whenever somebody subscribes. They got a thing that pops off whenever somebody follows, and that's all well and good. You know, I don't like any of that stuff, but if you really want to do it, if you really think like that's how you want your stream to look, all right, you're putting the work into it, at least minimally putting effort into your stream. Fine, whatever, just fucking do it. Just do it and keep it away from me. But the idea that a lot of these people, I don't see a whole lot of like how can you show prep for 8 hours? I don't think you can. I don't think these people are actually like getting content ready for them, ready for themselves to go on the air with. They're like, oh man, that's funny. Because especially with the people who stream for 8 hours a day, to the point where like they don't even have time to do their to wash their clothes, take a bath, or eat dinner. To the point where they have to have an IRL genre inside of Twitch, so that people can just like, instead of turning off their stream, they can just turn on a webcam and be like, don't leave, oh boy, I'll be right back, let's stay in the chat and you guys can still follow and I'll read your names afterwards, but I've got to eat. I've been streaming for 10 hours and I gotta eat. You know, that's why they added it. I'm not fucking lying. That was why they saw all these people just throwing their fucking lives away, streaming for 8 hours, 10 hours at a time, and basically not leaving their homes, not socializing with anybody, just sitting there and just toiling away at the stream. So, and that to me, it's insane, because how can you expect to get better at something when you never have time to take a moment and reflect on it and go like, oh, what did I do wrong? How can I do this better? And just you know, learn out in it. Like, how can you grow in an environment like that? I don't think you can. So I think it's bad. Yeah, so I don't have one of those. I don't do that kind of shit. So I have you know, other stuff I have to do outside of there. But yeah, like, so I try to do show prep. All right, I try to write things down, that I try to think of stuff during the day that I think will be funny to talk about, or as an observation that I don't think anybody else is talking about. All right, I'm trying my best. So today, when I get home and I think like, I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna eat dinner first. All right, I'm gonna get it out of the way, because there's nothing more disgusting than hearing somebody eat on air through a microphone. Now, I know that there's a bunch of the ASMR people who would probably start jerking off to my stream if I did that. I got a nice voice, I got a nice microphone, I can make some good noises, okay? You know, I could do it. Like, I could probably have like a career in ASMR stuff. I think I could. Do you guys think that if I talk really closely, you will get those tingles down your spine? Hey, I'm really close to you through the internet. Is it getting you? Is it getting you going? Huh? Is it tingling your brain? I can't. There's no scientific evidence for it, but I know I feel it. Anyways, yeah. So I'm not gonna do that kind of shit. So I think I'm on top of stuff, and I'm like, I'm gonna take a quick nap. I'm going to refresh myself. I'm going to cleanse out my brain and sort of get it fresh for doing show prep. And I lay down and I set an alarm. 20 minutes. That's all I'm going to do. And my phone fucking dies. So I wake up in a scramble. I think two things. First off, like, I missed the fucking stream. I'm late for fucking work. I don't know what time it is. I'm freaking out. And I look over and, my phone died. So I'm like, what fucking time is it? Jesus fucking Christ. And I'm running around, like getting out of bed, like falling over shit, stumbling around. And I'm trying to find any clock in the house. And I go out and I see, it's 7:45. And I have, and I say, I'm just like, oh shit. And I think like, oh my God. I didn't prepare anything. I'm going to have to go on the air and I won't have a single thing written down. I won't have a single thought formed. And then fortunately, I looked over, I can check and see how long the VODs have. And I'm like, it was on Yoki Ichiro's when he was doing that game dev tycoon thing. And I was like, okay, oh shit, that's got 7 minutes. Oh, Pixel Demons is like a full half hour. Oh, thank Christ. So and I shouldn't talk about this stuff. I shouldn't pull back the curtain like this, but fuck it. You know what? We're gonna be honest here, all right? We're gonna be open. We're gonna be truthful with you, all right? We're not gonna be, and especially when it comes to our personalities and our opinions and stuff. Anybody who's doing this type of stuff, entertainment, you're gonna be a little bit more exaggerated than you are in your everyday day-to-day life. But I'm not trying to front. I'm not trying to put on some fucking act. I'm not trying to put on some sort of persona. Okay? So when things fuck up like this, we can just talk about it. You know why? Because first off, by Tuesday, everybody's going to forget. By Monday, everybody's going to fucking forget. All right. It's not going to matter to them. And that's sort of the nature. That's the nature. And the problem with doing this type of live streaming, doing live stuff where you do it 5 days a week, is that people tend to forget, but also the stuff that you make kind of goes away. Like, you can go back and watch all of her old stuff, but it only really matters in the moment that you're watching it for the first time. It's the same thing with podcasts. Again, I've talked about this enough, so I won't go too long about it. But after you listen to a podcast once, it loses a lot of the luster. Now, maybe it can be like one of those really informative podcasts where you can listen to it again and actually learn something that you didn't learn last time. But for the most part, it's trash content. It's quick consuming content that you listen to. Like, the person's making most of it up as they go along. So why would it be? There's nothing of substance here. All right, it's like cotton candy that you put in your mouth and it instantly starts to dissolve. Okay, it can't even, your saliva is too strong for the cotton candy to keep its structure. Right, that's what we're doing here, and that's fine. That's part of what I like about it, is that sort of that intensity. It's like burning the wick. Burning the wick causes a flame, and maybe you can't use that wick again, but goddamn is it bright when it's going. All right, let's move on. So I scramble around. I'm like, oh fuck, what am I gonna do? And so now I have I got a short list. I got 1, 2, 3, 4. I got 5 things. Most of these are things that I came up with earlier in the week that I didn't get to. But that's the point, all right? If I don't get to it yesterday, I can get to it today. And I think that we are in this sort of weird zone where everything is happening so fast. Like, here's something. 2 things. This is not on my docket, all right? This is off the top of my head, and that's why I'm going to be making the big bucks. That's why Solid State Unlimited is going to be big, and it's going to be everywhere, all right? 2 things that we already forgot about. First off, is that the government has released actual footage of people reacting to a UFO. Now, I'm not going to say it's extraterrestrial. I don't know that. But we have documented footage of 2 jet fighter pilots seeing something and going, what the fuck is that? Hold on. How did that move that fast? What the fuck is that? That got released. All right. Who's talking about that now? Who's excited about that? I didn't even know about it when I saw something on Twitter once talked about it, and then it's gone. Number 2, we had the worst mass shooting in the history of the United States happen in Las Vegas. What? I don't know. Less than 6 months ago? Who's talking about that? Who's worried about that? Who's focusing on that at all? And that's a big fucking issue that I don't think it's as explain. You know, like the left and the right want to talk about this and that, and they think they have the answers to everything, and they really don't. I think that it's a lot more. There's less you can do about it than you think, but the things you can do about it isn't what they're talking about. A couple of things is that gun control doesn't really. Again, gun control. While sure, I don't know, like it's one of those things where I got this knee-jerk reaction where I'm like, fuck you, which is probably not a good thing, and that's an impulse, everyone, that's an impulse that you should probably curtail, because you gotta, like, I'm not saying that you have to just accept everything you see, but maybe just don't go, fuck you, all right? Yeah, you do have to have a fuck you chambered and ready to go when somebody is just being fucking rude to you, and here's the thing too, is that if you chamber a fuck you and you only use it when somebody's just genuinely being rude, they have no recourse. Like if somebody opens the door for you and holds it and it holds the door and says, "Oh, you can go through," and you go, "Fuck you," like they're gonna go, "What?" It won't make any sense. But when somebody's being like an actual dick and fucking around with you, and even if they seem confident that they're in the right, if you just go, "Fuck you," it'll stop them. Because a small part of them knows that they're a dickhead. A small part of them knows that they are in the wrong. And if you hit them with that fuck you, you're clear. You'll sail right through it, all right? And especially if you're apprehensive, like, oh no, what if the guy's going to beat me up or something? Oh man, what if I say it at the wrong time? You'll know when it's the right time. You'll shoot it out, and you won't feel a goddamn thing. You won't feel apprehensive about it. Because all your mind will go, was that guy being a dickhead? Yes? All right, justified. And you walk on, all right? So, yeah, so I try not to knee-jerk reaction to stuff, because, I mean, gun control, I'm not really against it. The idea of, like, hey, if you have a whole bunch of mental problems, you probably shouldn't be owning an AR-15. That's reasonable. I can kind of get behind that. On the other hand, I do know the reason why the NRA pushes back as much as it does. Look at smoking, all right? Now, you can say what you want about smoking. I smoked for a long time. I've pretty much quit at this point. I'm not buying any cigarettes now. I just do the vaping, which is fine. There's literally nothing. There's nothing. Hold on, let me cough and ruin my own point. But there's nothing really wrong with like the vape stuff, because nicotine doesn't hurt you. The only problem is. Let's see. Wait. Let's see. No joke. The computer froze as soon as you were going to talk about that. Talk about. I don't know what you were talking about. I was going to talk about. Let's see. Is my audio okay? Is the screen glitching out? Because it's showing here that it's that's about 12 frames per second. This is not good. What the fuck is going on? I think I may have to change how I'm doing this. Is this terrible? Is everything just going in the trash? Why does it look like shit? This is the fucking worst. Oh, there it goes. Wait. Hold on. There we go. Oh my god. Was it bad? Was the audio just going in the tank? I saw it, like the kilobits per second went down under 1,000. So, well, I guess I'll have to start recording these so I can release them somewhere else. So in case you miss it, you'll still be able to get to it. Let's see. Okay, that's fine. Well, that's welcome to Solid State Unlimited. Everything works perfectly. All right, yeah. So the NRA smoking. So the NRA feel the way about guns. They think that as soon as you start legislation on guns, they're gonna go the way of cigarette smoking. Which is, so here's two things. First off, cigarettes are bad for you. The actual tobacco, smoking that is fucking bad for you. It's got a ton of carcinogens. The tar is fucking terrible for you. It's gonna toast your fucking lungs. It's going to destroy them, all right? That's undeniable. But if we want some semblance of freedom in America, we have to have the choice to make choices that aren't good for us, that aren't going to affect other people. And it's funny how they sort of took cigarettes and they found a way inside, because like just saying like, hey, if you want to kill yourself with fucking, like if you want to take 10 Tylenol and kill yourself, or 25 or whatever, if you want to take that many Tylenol and kill yourself, that's up to you. It's not good, you shouldn't do it, but that's kind of up to you if you really wanted to. And we're not going to take Tylenol off the shelf because of a possibility that that you are going to that somebody's going to kill themselves with this product. Life is dangerous. That's just going to happen. Okay. Is it still dropping? All right. Yeah, I saw it was dropping for a second. It's been. I think it had something to do with the video file going on. So hopefully it's been fixed. Jesus Christ. That's good. That's just what we need. Yes, please. Can we have more stuff break? That'd be beautiful. All right. So smoking, like smoking's bad for you, all right, and but you have to have, like, you can't have a nanny state where they just take away anything that's possibly dangerous for you. That's fucking terrible. Nobody wants to live in that society. Even if you think you do, even if you think it would be the best thing for people, you don't want to live in that society. So the way that they got to cigarettes, it's like, hey, if you want to kill yourself, that's fine, but secondhand smoke. They took secondhand smoke and they drove the car all the way down the lane with it. Like, how can, like, look at how little smoking you can do here. There are non-smoking cities at this point now. We've gone from, like, you could smoke on airplanes to now you can't smoke even on beaches. Even in the open air, even when there's no possible way to affect anyone else with your cigarettes, I guess other than their butts, but that's a different thing. Even in that situation, it's like, no, how dare you? You're going to give me black lung, you son of a bitch. So I'm not really for cigarettes. I don't think they're a good thing that you should be doing. I've moved off of them myself. I'm still getting the nicotine because I'm addicted, but what are you going to do? But, I don't think cigarettes are cool. But instead of doing stuff like, they raise the taxes on them. It's like almost, I don't know, fucking $8 for a fucking pack of cigarettes up here in Washington, which is just insane. And on my blue collar salary, I can't afford that kind of stuff. Excuse me. I wish I had some kind of cough button, but here I am. Anyways, So, I think you can do stuff like you can overtax it, you can make it really expensive, and that will reduce the amount of people doing it. But they didn't do that route. They went, your smoke with secondhand smoke is affecting other people, and thus we need to get it the fuck out of here. Like, I get it. It's smelly, it's shitty, it's whatever. But secondhand smoke, like, as dangerous as it potentially could be, is that I mean. Using the logic of secondhand smoke, let's use the logic of secondhand smoke. Okay, the smoke that is coming off of that cigarette is going to affect you negatively. All right, even in open spaces. All right, you've got to be 15 feet away from the entrance to any building if you want to smoke. Okay. The idea, and we go so far as to going to the beaches where it's like, you're on the beach, don't you dare fucking smoke. If we were to go to the logical conclusion of that, we would have to ban cars, because cars emit something that's far, and especially because we're talking about not the first puff of cigarette smoke. We're talking about the second puff after you've blown it out. By the way, most of the bad stuff, that goes in your lungs. That doesn't come back out. So you've got cars that are constantly emitting this noxious fumes that are coming out that are far, far more dangerous than sucking on a cigarette, all right? If you switched out all of your cigarettes with car fumes, you'd be dead in a week. Your lungs would be filled with pus, all right? You'd be... You ever get that thing where you get you get a really phlegmy throat and you cough up snot from your mouth? It's disgusting. Just imagine that, but it just doesn't stop. Like, it's from really, really deep in your lungs. It's fucking bad. So using the logic of secondhand smoke, cars should be illegal because that's going to affect you. I mean, look at LA. Like, you want to talk about, like, oh shit, oh man, secondhand smoke, that's fucking terrible. Look, you can't, like, your skyline is hazy because of car smoke. All right, you want to worry about something? Let's worry about traffic. Let's worry about the fact that there's people who are spending hours in traffic just idling their cars. All right, how bad is that for the fucking environment? Why don't we work on that before we get to secondhand smoke? But I don't know. What do I know? It's fine. It's fine for me. You know, I drive about an hour to work each way, 45 minutes to an hour. So, you know, like I'm not really helping things, but I'm up in the Northwest and the trees sort of, they take all the toxins out of the air and they just breathe back out beautiful, clean oxygen. So, you know, I'm not really stuck in traffic, so I don't got to worry about it. So they've taken this insane logic with cigarettes. All right. And here's the thing too, is that you don't have to, you didn't have to do this. You didn't have to get cigarettes out of the fucking workplace, out of the buses, out of the restaurants. You didn't have to ban all of it. Here's all you had to do. And they ruined this too, but like you just have an alternative that isn't, like, you know, cigarette smoke smells pretty bad. Vaping though is water vapor, so it's not much worse than somebody with like bad breath. Like it dissipates, it doesn't stick around. Now of course somebody has taken vaping, which, you know, for a short amount of time. There was, when vaping wasn't popular yet, about 10 to 12 years ago, people would just bring those inside of the bars because, again, if you're not doing a big cloud, if you're just doing like a standard amount, it dissipates quickly. Like cigarette smoke hangs in the air. It's got these really big particles, the bad tar particles. Those hang in the air, and those are what like make it look hazy and smoky. All right, with vaping against water vapor. So it dissipates quickly, because if it didn't, then you would like just me talking in this room for about a half an hour would fill it up with some sort of smoke. All right. So all you have to do, if you wanted to get people off of smoking, especially when they do those ads where they show the woman who's got like the throat where they've taken that part of it out and she still smokes, she puts it in a little hole on her throat. Oh man, that's disgusting, right? That's fucking scary as shit. And surprisingly, that didn't stop. It didn't stop me from smoking, of course. It just freaked me out when I was a kid. I just went, oh my god, I don't want to see one of those people in real life. And I did. I saw one of them, and it was just as terrifying as on the TV. We should just corral those people and keep them away from. We should keep them away from normal citizens, right? This whole people. Like, you've made a bad choice. You decided to smoke, and now you've got a hole in your throat. Can you just not discuss the rest of us? No, that'd be cruel. Vape nations, VIP the nations. Yeah, we can talk a little bit of H3 Vape Nation. I got 6 million views on a shit video. I don't know. It's okay. It's one of those things like that. The Vape Nation video is just, it's all right. It's not that funny. I don't know why it's got so many views. It's fine that it has views, but it's not. Its humor does not correlate with how many views it has. But man, he was fucking proud of that one. When I was at Anime Expo one year, that people were talking at me with fucking smoke in my fucking face as they talk. Oh my god. Yeah. So, the vapors just sort of goes away, but then you have the people who just take it too fucking far, who just can't control or contain themselves. So they get those little boxes that basically, it's like a mother box, but it's a vape box. And you press the button and you can get like a big billowing cloud of smoke. Whoosh. And they just like, they overdo it and they just like fill an entire place with their fucking sickly sweet cotton candy breath, fucking smoke everywhere. And then it's like, and then it gets banned almost instantly because somebody just can't take little sips and stuff. Like, it's just like, it's like listen, if you're inside a building, don't talk don't talk at your max volume. All right, lower it down. If you're outside, you can talk louder. If you're inside, talk a little bit quieter, because you don't need to be like your voice doesn't need to be bouncing off the walls. Okay, but there's always that one dude who just doesn't know. Hey guys, we're at the 7-Eleven. Where's the do? Do you guys want to do the do, man? Let's get some Doritos. Should they be Doritos? DOE? How does it make it, like, you know, we all know that guy, all right? We've all seen that guy at one point in our lives. There's not a ton of them because they get kicked out, obviously. But that was the vape equivalent of those guys, just like doing it way too much in a place that they know they shouldn't be doing it. I don't know, for like some sort of stupid like attention getting reason. Fuck you. Anyways, now it's been banned for no reason because there's nothing, like there's no damage to your body that will ever happen because of vape, the vape stuff. I mean, the only way you could do it is if you had like some sort of bad flavoring, but I think all that's been banned already. So I don't know, just pump a bunch of nicotine into your body. It doesn't matter. Just get the patch. There you go. It's fine. Nobody fucking cares. So the way that they went about smoking is they took something that didn't make it, the logic doesn't make sense. Secondhand smoke, it's not gonna fucking kill you. Fuck you. Here's the thing: if you're getting cancer from secondhand smoke, you were born to get cancer. You had it in your genetics that you had a weakness that cancer was gonna fucking take you at some point. All right, so it's fine. Yeah, maybe restricting, you know, maybe not smoking on airplanes. That's fine. Maybe not smoking on buses, whatever. It's weird that we can't smoke in bars anymore because everybody kind of knows, you know, what's going on there. And then vaping has come around, so it's like people are going to be smoking less anyways. Which is, by the way, thank you capitalism for getting me off smoking. All right, somebody came up with a product that works better than cigarettes. They're making a whole bunch of money off of it, and now I use it, and now I'm not going to die in my 40s. You know what never fucking stopped me from smoking? Laws. All of those laws saying like, don't smoke here, don't smoke there. Ad campaigns saying like, oh, smoking's so uncool. You know, that horrible, like the ad council where they get a bunch of all the taxes from the cigarettes. By the way, what a fucking joke is that, like a bunch of the taxes that come from the cigarettes then go to go to this stupid, oh my God, this guy. I remember this guy looked like such a fucking asshole when I was a kid. He had like a big poofy hair. It's like, man, I don't know. I don't even know what the fuck's happening here. Which is kind of funny because I did the same thing when I was in my early 20s, where I was like, I'm just gonna let it get poofy. But it was even worse. Like, it was just, it was terrible. And he had those big goggle glasses. He looked like a fucking douchebag. And he was paid, by the way, he was paid by the government to make these things. So he was like a rebel. He's like, I'm going to expose Philip Morris and those cigarette companies. They don't want you to know how many people died from secondhand smoke. Dude, you're getting paid by the fucking man. Fuck you. Also, side note, let me write this down as a note for a later date. Artists who have taken money from the government. Let me write that down. Artists who took money from the government. There we go. That's a show note. That's something I'm going to look into and expand on later. Listen, buddy, all right? You're taking money from the government to make ads about not smoking. It didn't do shit. I didn't do anything. I still started smoking when I was 18, and I did it for about 10 years, all right? The one thing that got me to stop was a better product. And do you know why that better product came out? It's not because somebody was like, I need to save lives. I need to get people off smoking. No, some dude found a way. He saw the stoners vaping and thought, like, what if you could do with that with tobacco, man? What if you could vape with a legal product, man? And he thought, what if I can make a bunch of fucking money off this, man? And that's what did it. That's what proliferated it, okay? Somebody wanted to make money off of vaping, and that's why people do it now. That is what's getting people to not smoke, is a better product. Like, dude, you can smoke like a whole pack of cigarettes worth of nicotine in like one puff, man. You can feed your addiction. It's totally addiction. That's totally why people are getting really into it. But it's an addiction that doesn't matter because you can't, like, I guess, like, if you really tried, it's like if you take 15 Tylenol at once, you can die. Like, I mean, you can do that, but within regular use, you're not going to be dying off of, oh shit, guys, I got a little light. Hold on. This is what's going to be on the news next. Here's where we're going, is that some dude was like got lightheaded from vaping too much, and then he crashed his car. No no vaping in cars anymore. It's disgusting. Just go back to smoking, all right? It's just like Pixel Demon says. They get off on knowing it's not allowed and saying, it's just water, dude. And you're gonna see some guy flying down the highway and he's got his car filled with his stupid vape smoke. And he's just like, you know, using it not the way it's intended. You don't need that much nicotine. He's gonna get lightheaded, and it's gonna be so smoky in his car, he's not gonna see where he's going, and he's gonna hit a bus full of children. The bus is going to explode into flames because he was using like this hyper concentrated nicotine tank. All right, hyper concentrated, lots of pressure, and it explodes, and a fiery ball of nicotine death renders the skin of these children just fried bacon. All right, it's disgusting. It's a horrible sight, and that's how they're gonna get you to not vape inside of your cars. All right. So that's what they did. You know, so that guy was like, so again, you know, that, you know, those ads never fucking got me off of smoking. The legislation never got me off of smoking, but that's what happened. But look at that. Like they tried so hard to stop smoking, and it didn't really work, other than it just moved it around. But the NRA, and again, I think this is fairly true. The NRA push against any kind of legislation for guns because of smoking, because they know that if they give a fucking millimeter, they will drill their way down until it's like illegal to have like a pop gun, until it's illegal to have any, like hunting. No. You got to do it with a bow and arrow. And that's a little dangerous, right? You're going to have to, the only way you can hunt is you're going to have to go to a park, and you're going to rent bows and you can have your bow, but you got to rent the arrow. And that's the only time you can have the arrow is when you go to the park. And as much as, like, I don't know, maybe it'll save on bow deaths a whole lot. There is something about, but when you think about that, when you think about the fact that you can't, like, you have a gun, but you're not allowed to have the bullets because it's just too dangerous. It's like the idea of, like, listen, man, you know, like it's like we need self-driving cars because people get into accidents. All right, we can't expect you to take care of yourselves, and I think that there is an intrinsic value inside of people in America who reject that, who don't like that notion. They don't want to be told what to do and when. And part of that is it's probably genetic. It's because there's a certain thing inside of somebody who makes the effort to go into to immigrate. You know, like there's something crazy inside of that person that pushes them to make it, like, go on a boat and sail across the ocean to show up in a country and just be like, what are you going to do? I don't fucking know. I'm going to figure something out. There's something in them who are going to, like, hey man, it's a fucking, from here to America, it's a big fucking desert. And I'm going to shove myself into the back of a van, or I'm going to get shoved into the back of a van with 15 other people, and I'm going to get across the border. This drive to emigrate, to go to a completely new place than where you grew up from, for whatever reason, whatever drives you to go there, there's something a little bit fucking crazy inside of you. Like, that's fucking nuts, you know? And and we are a country full of those kinds of people. So it's not really surprising to me that we don't, like, that there's a whole bunch of people who go like, you're going to take my what? You're going to take my what? You think you're going to take my gun? I don't think you're going to take my gun there, boy. Yeah, dude, it's going to be the same thing with, like, with the self-driving cars, is that, like, there's going to be a push against it. People in America don't like the idea of having things, like, controlled by them, except for, you know what? All the people, all these fucking kids born in America, all right? They're a bunch of pussies, okay? And they think it's fine. Hey, man, just tell me what to do. I'm going to tell you what to do. I'm going to tell you what to do, and I don't got to do what any... No, you know what? They still kind of got the spirit. They just want to tell everyone else what to do. Nobody likes it. Anyways, so that's the reason that the gun control people push against it, and it's why I'm kind of okay with it. I just don't like being told what to do, all right? Is that so wrong? All of you do it as well. You guys don't listen to your fucking parents. Please, excuse me, all right? If you're here watching twitch.tv, if you're here in Midnight Sweats, you didn't listen to your fucking parents. All right, that's all I got for tonight. I didn't get to anything on my list. I got to 0 things. It was a short show. I overwrote for it, and I still didn't get to any of it. Fuck it. I don't know what I'm going to do. Anyways, that's the end of the week, though. We've got Dreamland Ritual that's going to be coming up here in just a moment. Let me see if it's loaded up. Hold on. I don't think it is. Oh, God. But it's going to be loaded up here pretty soon. And, yeah, I'll vamp while I'm doing that. Oh, no, I can just do it on the tail end. Anyways, Dreamland Ritual, the final one of the week is coming up. Thank you for joining me here on the first week of Virtual Light Emissions. All right, you guys are beautiful. Come back, please. Let's keep watching this. Let's keep growing this. It's going to be great.